Ladies and gentlemen, this is RJ Sudha along with the JOGO co-founder Siva Nadarajah. We are at the TiE Silicon Valley 2024 at Santa Clara Convention Center. What a privilege it is to meet Siva Nadarajah. We've been Facebook friends to begin with, and I'm a huge fan of him, more than LinkedIn follower. His jokes and his innovations in the JOGO industry, JOGO field and muscular area. It's all been amazing. Today he's one of the few recipients of the TiE 50 awards. So tell us what it means, and before that maybe you can tell us what JOGO brings to the common man, I would say.
Okay, thank you, Sudha. Thanks for being a supporter and investor, very importantly.
Yes, thank you so much.
We make sure that everybody get involved. So JOGO basically is a treatment that uses wearable sensors and an app to basically rewire your brain to treat conditions like stroke, women's health like incontinence, chronic pain.
Stroke is where you started off your research,
yes,
right?
It was originally started for stroke.
Okay.
Then it got expanded to many indications.
Okay.
Migraine was another one, right? So we received FDA clearance during COVID, right? So we got cleared by COVID during the COVID time, and also at the same time we showed that JOGO is superior to opioids in treating chronic low back pain, and for that FDA gave us a breakthrough device designation.
Okay.
And another 2 years it took us basically to figure out the payment model in the US. Now we are covered by Medicare, Medicaid, and also the commercial insurances. Now we are operational in 3 states, New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts.
Okay, very nice.
We'll be expanding to California soon.
Okay, very good. Excellent.
So this is a prestigious award. TiE is a very important event, and I think they get about 3,000 applications.
Wow, beautiful.
So it's a pretty.
Beautiful.
And the other companies were like absolutely amazing. And also, while Jensen Huang is here, we got the award in front of the immediate when just after he spoke.
Right. So what does TiE 50 actually translate to for JOGO?
So, awards are nice to have. End of the day, you need to generate revenue, and in our case, we need to save patients, right? So that's important. But awards are important because, these types of awards are very important because these are competitive awards, right? There's no bias in it, and they choose with a very clear judging. So it gives you a lot of exposure to the company. And investors, who are these guys, they look at it. So I think the awards are always important to get our name out.
To have a recognition in the industry.
Recognition is important. And from an independent body that is very authentic, like TiE, right? TiE is an authentic organization.
Absolutely.
It's like very
Absolutely.
genuine organization.
Yeah. Right. I was watching one of the videos that you had presented to the investors, and you talked about something called related to migraine and presentism. I think it resonates a lot amongst women under 50. Could you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so migraine is the number 1 disability for women under 50.
Okay.
Worldwide. Number 1 disability for women under 50.
But it's not a documented disability.
It's never been documented, and employers don't pay attention to it because it's like a taboo topic for women to tell their managers that.
Oh, this is just another day for my migraine.
Yeah, they get labeled, right? So they think they get labeled. So it's like mental health, which is like hidden for women. They don't talk about it because they think their managers will label them. So it impacts presentism. Presentism meaning you're coming to work, but you're not at your 100% potential because your mind.
The productivity is not good enough. Yeah.
And you're hiding it from your managers, right? That's the most important. So when we did our clinical trial, we focused only that part. Can we make these women go back to work and function better at work, right? Because you still need medications. You still take medications to get your migraines down. But after the meds, you can't function, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what we focus on, to help them function.
Very nice. And you also talked about essential tremors.
Right. So that's our 4th area. So we are in 4 buckets.
Okay.
One is women's health, which is women's pelvic health,
Yes.
which is incontinence.
Incontinence.
Then the second piece is migraines and low back pain.
Okay.
The third piece is stroke.
Ah.
Okay? And the fourth is Parkinson's and regular tremors.
Okay.
Essential tremors is non-Parkinsonian tremors.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
people
Okay.
having regular. So that is something we have partnered with Mayo Clinic, right?
Ah, that's where your
Yeah. So
partner
the Mayo is an investor now in JOGO.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
Mayo is co-developing. So Mayo will co-own the IP.
All right. Okay.
Early results are very, very good.
Excellent.
We are seeing tremendous results
Uh-huh.
in reduction in tremors without medications and without the implants. Because right now, only other solution is an implant in the brain, which has a lot of side effects,
Ah.
which Elon Musk is working on too. This can do without those implants.
So basically, JOGO helps with non-medication, non-invasive solutions
Yeah.
for many, at least
So
about
essentially
21 different health
So
problems. for
essentially, we
common
are
people.
tapping into our brain's own natural neuroplasticity, right?
Ah.
Our brain, we don't use the entire brain. We
Got
only
it.
use little bit of it. There are a lot of unused part of our brain, right, which are healthy, right? So anything that the brain is struggling to do in our body, why don't we move that part to the healthier part? Right?
Oh, is
That's
that-
what we do.
is that how
That's
it
what
is?
JOGO does,
Okay.
right?
So there must be a huge R&D division of
Yeah,
JOGO.
I mean, if you really look at even Einstein, they say he only used 20% of his brain.
Huh.
It's not that the other parts of the brain are doing something. They are like waiting for you to be deployed.
Okay. To be assigned a task.
Assigned a task, you know.
Got it.
So you can make use of that part of the brain,
Okay.
which is a very, very new concept. The whole concept of neuroplasticity, Professor Ramachandran at UCSF
Uh-huh.
is the first one to really think through how that can be used for treating diseases. Right? If you ever get to
Interesting.
talk to Professor Ramachandran, you should talk to him.
Interesting.
He-
This is
he
almost comparing the computer memory.
Mm.
They say only 20% of the memory gets utilized. Sometimes only in the case of some very large scale programs,
Yeah.
the entire memory gets used. But otherwise, only 20% of the memory gets used for most of the programs.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's almost like the same thing.
Yeah, the brain, we always thought the brain is always used, right? But it's not the case.
Yeah.
There are a lot of unused parts of the brain
Interesting.
that can be tapped into, right?
Very nice.
Which is a very, very new concept, the whole neuroplasticity, right? I mean, if you really look how neuroplasticity also comes when you do meditation, right? When you do meditation, you're actually invoking neuroplasticity. That's why people who do meditation are able to, have better control of their body.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That has been scientifically
Oh,
proven.
yeah. So you do regular meditation. I mean, you can't cure diseases, but meditation basically taps into the parts of the brain that gives you better control of your body. Yeah. So it's the same thing that we are doing, but from a very clinical perspective, right?
Interesting.
By
Very
training the brain.
interesting.
So not everybody can master meditation, right?
Right.
So
Right.
this is
At
a way
least it
to,
helps us.
So when people are having superpower with meditation, initially you may think they're like, it's not true, but it's actually true. People could get
So our
meditation.
ancestors were indeed working towards something.
Meditation was a powerful tool,
Very
powerful
good.
tool.
Very good to know that.
So that taps into the neuroplasticity of the brain. So Deepak Chopra talks about it all the time. How
Okay.
meditation taps into neuroplasticity of the brain. And it's a natural way of the brain to rewire itself, right? And you could do that with, and so much with even exercise too. Your exercise rewires your brain, right?
Okay.
Your exercise, yeah.
That's why they say while you're in middle school or high school, do as much of sports as possible.
Yeah.
So
Even
at
now
young
they're
age-
saying, when you're walking, after you walk and come back and think about a problem, you're about to solve it much better. Your brain is.
Is that right? Yeah.
So your brain has two things, Sudha. One is the chemical side of the brain. The other one is the structural part.
I
of it.
already feel enlightened after talking to you. After walking from the parking lot to here. Okay. Very nice.
Then I'm just bringing the power of
Yeah.
the brain, right? So
Absolutely.
that's what we are tapping into from a
Right.
very scientific perspective, very clinical perspective, right? Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Siva.
Sudha.
And good luck to JOGO
Oh,
and the
thank
team,
you.
and congratulations again. Thanks.